What's going on, y'all? It's Elijah Locks. Today we got another prize picks video for you guys. In today's video, we got the NBA Finals Game 2 player props. We're going to be giving you guys 3 NBA player props for this Game 2 that I love on the board. I believe this one should be a great matchup. Game 1 was crazy. It was a nice down the wire last second game winner, obviously. So hopefully this one's another good one like that. And with that being said, before we get in those, make sure to drop a like and subscribe with those post notifications turned on if you guys haven't already. Again, I do not charge anything for picks at all. I give you guys daily uploads. So again, if you guys would like to repay me, the best way you guys could do that is, again, just dropping that like and subscribe real quick down below. It would really be much appreciated. And a little recap on yesterday's video. Unfortunately, the game that our player of the day, they were in a blowout. They lost by like 30 or something. Joel Lloyd, we took her over her fantasy score. She was at 21 fantasy score. She needed 24 fantasy score, but again, she only played 25 minutes when she was averaging like 33 plus minutes a game. So again, kind of just unfortunate that they ran into that blowout. They only had like 55 total points to like almost 90 or like high 80s or something. So again, it was just a very one lopsided matchup, which really doesn't help us at all. Again, a game pulled early, and then our other play, Angel Reese, the thumbnail. A lot of you guys were commenting about that one down below in the comments of the last video. She did catch out easily though, but again, unfortunately that other game was a blowout. But hopefully this one's a good one and we can bounce back. So with that being said, we're gonna go hop right in props that we like for this game 2. As you guys can see, the spread is minus 11 in favor of OKC. The spread was closer. It was like minus 9.5 last game. I'm not sure why it went up, but again, hopefully, or maybe they have a bounce back game, and I kind of made it in favor of OKC players and like expecting them to win, even if it is a blow in OKC's favor. Again, I feel like this play should either way should have a great chance of hitting with a blowout or a close game. So without further ado, our player of the day in today's video is going to be Dort over his fantasy score line at 19.5. Now, if you look at his last 10 games, he's only covered this line 30% of the time. This Denver and Minnesota series, he didn't really see nearly as many minutes. If we look at the last 2 games, though, last game of the Minnesota series, he saw 38 minutes. First game of this Indiana series, he saw 36 minutes. Now, they've gone in here playing small ball from what we saw from game 1. Obviously, they benched Isaiah Hartenstein and put in Cason Wallace. Again, they want to just match up the lineup with the fast pace of the Indiana Pacers, just the way they play and whatnot defensively. And Dort, this is a perfect matchup. Now, I know you guys see all these reds, but obviously his minutes weren't the same. They definitely utilize him a lot more. NBA is a game of matchups. So again, this is definitely a matchup that benefits him in fantasy score. He only used 20, and if you're playing 36 plus minutes on average against this team, which he does see, we'll go ahead and go to the resume here in a second. But he takes so many shot attempts a game, and if you're seeing that many minutes, more than likely, this just defensive player like this guy, he's going to be able to get steals, blocks, all that good stuff, and he is in the home crowd. These guys are electric at home. Again, they got one of the best home environments in the whole NBA this season, and again, Dort, he's one of those guys, he's just a pest defensively. Last game, I think he had a combined total of like 6 blocks and steals, which go crazy in fantasy score. As you guys can see right here, he almost had 40 fantasy score, and I believe like each steal is like 2 or 3 fantasy score. So again, as long as he gets a couple for us, he really doesn't have to do much work on the rebounds and points. But speaking of points, he's actually been taking a lot of shots recently. The last 2 games, 11 and 10 shot attempts. We can't see his rebound chances and potential assists on the fantasy score end, but again, he's definitely been doing some work on grabbing those rebounds and whatnot, and definitely the steals come in a lot more handily. And if we look at his resume against these guys, his last 5 head-to-heads have been perfect. The 2 on the regular season, 21 and 36. He saw great minutes in both these ones as well, 34 and 33. Now, if you look at his minutes on the regular season, he typically averages like around less than 30 minutes a game. But again, this matchup, this coach loves to play this guy, again, just to match their pace, our offense, everything going on. And he plays a lot of minutes. He's so much work. So again, this season alone, in every single game, he hasn't seen less than 33 minutes, which we love to see. And then we just saw a huge increase at 36 minutes. So again, I feel like this one should definitely help us out. And then dating all the way back to last season in their 2 head-to-heads, he even saw a lot of work there as well, 35 and 32 minutes right there. So again, this coach is definitely confident in utilizing him in this matchup, and he actually does very good every single time he's played for him. So again, the last 2 seasons, he hasn't had one single miss against these guys. During the playoffs, they got the home court advantage. Their crowd is going to be electric, and again, Dort just definitely matches up against these guys well and forces a lot of turnovers, which we saw in game 1. Again, I'm expecting a lot of turnovers to come from Pacers. Even if it's like half the amount that they had, again, I feel like a good portion should definitely go to Dort, just being in there primarily. and 20 again is just very low in my opinion. If any player is seeing 36 plus minutes, again, I'm going to take the value at 20 fantasy score every single day of the week. So as long as he gets those minutes, I feel like this one should be an absolute freebie. So with that being said, our player of the day in today's video is going to be Dort over this fantasy score right here. If you guys didn't take anything from the videos, I would always recommend the player of the days. Yesterday's player of the day should have smacked out. She was on pace, but again, got pulled out early, only saw 25 minutes. As long as this game's not a blowout, even if it is a blowout in favor of OKC, though, this one should be able to smack. But again, the only way that it doesn't is probably if Indiana blows them out, which is more than likely not going to happen. But that's our player of the day. First player on today's video. Second player, we're going to be rocking with Obi Toppin over his 5.5 points line. This is the Goblin play, minus 650 on FanDuel, minus 550 on DraftKings. I feel like this one should be an absolute freebie. We took him last game. His line was at 4.5 for his Goblin. Now it's at 5.5. Got bumped up a little bit. Was debating on taking his normal line at 10.5, but again, he only sees 25 minutes in this matchup, which is actually very solid considering if you look at him throughout the whole playoffs, he typically doesn't even see over 20 minutes a game, rarely. But this matchup, he definitely played well. The last 2 games, he's been going crazy. 11 shot attempts, 9 shot attempts, 25 plus minutes in both these ones. And this is actually a team that he has a very good resume on. Every single game that he's seen at least around 20 minutes a game against these guys, he's covered well over every single time, 10, 15, 12, 17. And then again, this game, obviously he only played less than 7 minutes. But despite that, every game where he's definitely going to be seeing 20 plus minutes, which we should see just based off his last 2 games performances in the playoffs. Again, Obi Toppin should definitely be able to get 6 points for us, especially if he's taking 10 shots a game. And this bench has definitely been one of the go-to areas for this Indiana Pacers team. McConnell, Mathurin, all those guys coming in off of the bench. They definitely gave them a little boost and whatnot, especially going in that last run into the fourth quarter. And Obi Toppin played a lot of minutes, the most minutes out of any bench player in this game. And again, I'm expecting him to have another huge workload like we saw in game 1. And majority of the starters, he had more points than. I believe there's only one starter, which was Siakam, that had more points than him. Siakam had 18 or 19, then he had 17. So again, he just went off, just playing it safe though. Due to those like little minutes, again, there could be a little stretch where he doesn't really take many shots at all, but 6 points total that he needs to cover should be a little freebie for us. And again, it's minus 600 on other sports books at the moment. OKC against opposing power forwards, they're ranked 6th in points allowed, being given around 21.6 a game. Pretty solid, not the best, not the worst. And he's covered this line 78% of the time on the whole season. So again, more than likely, he's definitely going to go out there and do his thing. So that's going to be our second player on today's video. Obi Toppin over that Goblin points line. I feel like this one should be an absolute freebie. If you guys find a prop that you guys like, other than the ones in this video, and want to just run like a safe little 2-man, I'll definitely be rocking this play right here as like a little safe one go-to. So 5.5 points is definitely a safe option right there. And then with the last and final player, I feel like this one should be another absolute freebie. We took him last game. Isaiah Hartenstein over his first half PRA. Now, he did get pulled from the starting lineup. I'm not too worried about it. We saw a decrease in his minutes. We took his line at 8.5 last game. He covered well over. Now he has line at 7.5. Obviously, they decreased it a little because of his decrease in minutes and his pull from the starting lineup. Now, I like this line either way. They put in Cason Wallace. He really didn't do much at all. Saw 30-some minutes in the whole starting lineup and had a total of like 1 assist, 2 rebounds, and not even 6 points or something. So again, he played very bad with that many minutes. Probably one of the worst plus minuses in the whole team. But Isaiah Hartenstein, whenever he got in there, he definitely did his thing. If we look at him throughout the whole season, he's covered this line 95% of the time. So again, I'm not worried with that decrease in minutes. Indiana Pacers against opposing centers and power forwards, they're so vulnerable defensively, being ranked bottom 10 defense in both those areas, in both points and rebounds allowed, which this guy eats off of. Obviously, we can't take just the points rebounds, so we're going to go at the PRA right here. And again, I feel like this dude should definitely eat in this type of matchup. Last 10 games, he's covered this line 80% of the time. Again, only saw 8 minutes in the first half against his team, but again, still ended up with 7 points and 4 rebounds right here, expecting another one out of him. And again, I could definitely see his minutes going back up to what he usually is, around like 10 to that 13 range span. Again, just due to that lack of performance from Cason Wallace, and they took the L whenever they had him in there. But this guy, whenever he went in the game, they definitely saw a huge workload coming in off of the bench. So the coach might be able to like put him in there, be like, oh, this dude played well. We're going to give him more minutes like we typically do. But the part that I really love about this play, His Isaiah Hartenstein has exceeded 7.5 first half PRA in 18 straight games versus bottom 10 defenses for rebounds allowed, averaging 14. Again, that is double his line in 18 straight games against similar teams defensively, like the Indiana Pacers. If we go this little insight, he's gone well over this line every single time. He hasn't had no less than 10 PRA in all these matchups. Obviously, we see that decrease in minutes right there, but again, I'm not worried. I feel like it should go up, especially in this matchup, just due to the performances of last game and everything going on. So Isaiah Hartenstein, I'm not worried. If you're 18 out of 18, again, in similar matchups and opponents, and just had a nice little game last time when you went in, so easy scoring. He literally didn't have to do nothing crazy at all. Had 11, his line 7.5. Again, I feel like this one should be a nice little sweat for you play for us. And again, 95% hit rate so far on the whole season, so only 4 misses. And yeah, don't really got much else to explain on that play, other than I feel like Hartenstein should be a nice player to come in. I'm not sure if he's starting or not this game, but either way, I feel like he should definitely do his thing. So NBA first half, Hartenstein. Oh, Hartenstein over that PRA, and that's going to be our last and final player on today's video. So this is a nice little 3-man that I believe you guys could run. I'm super confident in this play. This is honestly one of the most confident I've been in one of my videos in the last week or some. Again, Dort, I feel like that one should be a freebie. Obi Toppin, absolute freebie. And then Isaiah Hartenstein, again, you can make up a 95% hit rate and 18 out of 18 in similar matchups. So again, as long as this game's nice competitive, I feel like all these guys should have a great chance of hitting. And again, this is a nice little 3-man that you guys could run. Nice little 3.5x payout. I threw in $40 on this play. Again, I feel like this one should have a great chance. If you throw in 20, you win 70. Again, nice little payout right there. But I'm super confident in this play. Don't really got much to explain. Again, play of the day, and there are other 2 players. You guys mix and match these however you guys want to. But again, I feel like this is a very good 3-man to run. So again, I'm definitely recommending this one out of any video in the last week to you guys. So if you guys were to tell anything now, I'll definitely do it right here for this game 2 slate. But with that being said, that is all I got for you guys in today's video. Again, please drop that like and subscribe if you guys enjoy the content and breakdown and everything. Again, I don't charge for picks, so again, the best way to just help me out is dropping that like and subscribe. It like takes 1 second. And with that being said, that's all I got for you guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and let's see today.